Yes, yes. I mean, listen, not bad for two bloggers. Hey, Dr. Simone. So, I'm very. What the F is going on with the Real Housewives of Atlanta? So recently, Kandi Burruss did a live, and the fans were asking her, like, what's going on with Atlanta Housewives? Are you going back? I'm paraphrasing, of course, but she says something along the lines of, we haven't heard anything in terms of a real update. As far as she knows, they're still casting. And one thing she said that got Twitter in an uproar, and the comments were commenting, is when she said they think we don't have lives, like we have lives, and nobody has time just to sit around and wait for them. Again, paraphrasing, right?
Yes.
So Twitter was in a shambles about this, and next thing I know, the show is trending. She's trending, and I wanted to talk to you because I watched your video about this. We are in January.
Mm-hmm.
And just so the world knows, when I worked on that show, you're gonna gag. We always filmed in June. We always filmed in June, and the show will always air in November.
That's right. That's right. I remember that.
It was always like this cycle of like Atlanta airs in November on Sundays.
Mm-hmm.
So we would shoot Richie around June. It is January. And in the words of Boyz II Men, we're at the end of the road, honey. And in the words of Boyz II Men featuring Brian McKnight, it's snowing, so let it snow. Now, I don't know if Atlanta's going to give us winter vibes, Salt Lake City, or are we going to get back to filming in May in Atlanta? But as of today, the Real Housewives of Atlanta does not have a full cast. They do not have a schedule. And Kandi has said that they all have lives. And it's pretty unfortunate that they don't have an update. What do you take of all of this?
I think the first thing that was interesting to me was kind of hearing Kandi complain. Now, when I think about Kandi, I tend to think of Kandi as, I know this is going to sound bad, but I don't mean it to sound bad. I feel like she's more of a company woman. And what I mean by that is somebody that knows how to play ball, knows when to go to work, clocks in, and is reliable. And I think the network likes that about her, right? So it was interesting to me to hear what sounded like frustration on her part. And what it made me think about was the amount of times that she was, quote, unavailable last season, right? So people were complaining about how she, was kind of seeming like she was a little out of it, not really, participating in the cast trips or like kind of coming and leaving early. So my take on that was, oh, she's trying to be prepared to get ahead of the ball so that she can get that schedule straight so she don't have that same issue that she had last season. That was my thought as we went, as I listened to that. I was like, oh, she got the memo and she's trying to make sure she's ready and available, because I would imagine that there's a lot to plan for a season.
Yeah, I don't know if she wanted that memo. I think she wanted a deal memo. I think she wanted the memo on the check, honey, that states where I'm going to be, at what time and what place. Janet Jackson. Anytime, any place I'm available. I think she's waiting on a deal memo, honey. I think that's a memo. Because look, at the end of the day, let's have a real conversation, Richie.
Let's have it.
The Real Housewives of Atlanta is a cute check.
I'm quite sure.
I can imagine. And it's nothing to sneeze at. Now, again, what did I just say to you? For the past, I've been on that show season 1 until season 9, right? It always filmed in June. When you have a consistent job, right? You know how to allocate your funds accordingly to this massive check that you're getting, because when you're getting upwards of $2 million to film for 4 months, that's nothing to sneeze at. And I think what's happening with a lot of the cast is that's a lot of their income is the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'm not saying that's Kandi's whole income. Before people start, I wasn't suggesting that. What I'm saying is, I don't care if you're Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry, Steve Jobs, rest in peace, or Steven Spielberg. $2 million for 4 months of work is a lot of money. Okay?
Absolutely.
And no one is going to treat it regardless of how much money you have. That's a lot of money. So when I saw that video, I didn't think that it was, well, let me rearrange my schedule to shoot the Skye in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? I looked at it as, I didn't think it was that, honey. I took it as like, yo, we're not going to be sitting waiting for you guys because we have to make money. We have to make money. And we're trying to figure out where our income is coming from for this year. And I'm not mad at that. I would think the same thing too. But What do you think is happening? Because I didn't finish watching the last season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. I chucked the deuces, the episode, Richie. I will never forget this episode. And after that episode, I did a video and my personality wasn't there. I think the video, Richie, was maybe 25 minutes. I wasn't into it. And I said, I'm not going to do this because at some point I'm redundant and I sound like a hater. And I'm not a hater, but I keep saying the same things over and over again that I sound like a hater. But anyways, it was the episode in which Marlo went on a date and she was in the car going to meet this date. And then she called Drew and they got to an argument. And then she said, you, paraphrasing, you big, fat, sloppy, bad body. And I was like, what? The episode was horrendous. So I stopped watching. Based on what you saw, I'm assuming you finished the season, Richie. What do you think is going on over there to where it's a delay?
A part of me wonders if they are trying to maybe create some level of anticipation, some level of we're missing the show and the franchise.